Hope you had a great weekend. Thanks for joining us here on Seahawks Today, powered by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here with you. Today's show is presented by Aura, the all-in-one digital safety company. We'll tell you more about what they do coming up later on in the show. You can start a free 14-day trial now at aura.com/chatsports. Today, we are focusing on training camp for your Seattle Seahawks as it gets started later on this week. We'll break down the top training camp headlines in just one moment. Before we do, this month here at Chat Sports is all about the Noti gang, and we have a pretty good gang ourselves here at Seahawks Today, the fourth largest among NFL channels at Chat Sports when it comes to percentage of the Noties on. And so with that, we got to get to number one before this all ends. We only have a few more days left of the challenge here in the month of July. So go ahead and turn on those noties now if you haven't already, and be an award-winning subscriber to Seahawks Today. It is youtube.com/Seahawks TV. Turn on the noties and join the gang now. Training camp just about to get started. The players will report tomorrow, and then we will see the activities begin this week. And I want to break down the top headlines for the Seahawks heading in to training camp. Obviously, the biggest one is DK Metcalf's contract situation. We didn't see DK show up to mandatory minicamp. It's expected that he will be at training camp, that he doesn't want to take on those fines that come with missing training camp. But nonetheless, this situation, with each passing day, we think that there will be a deal done. DK Metcalf wants to stay in Seattle. The Seahawks have indicated they want to keep DK Metcalf. But until there is a pin on the dotted line, we're still waiting at this point. It's down to two things. Something's got to give. Either DK Metcalf gets paid or he gets traded. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's going to be one of those two things. And while DK may show up on time and go through all the workouts and the practices, this is going to linger on. This is going to be talked about until something happens. So, folks, time to show DK that money, right? Is he going to get paid? I sure hope so. I think it's going to happen pretty soon. When it does happen, we'll be all over it here on Seahawks Today. But what do you think? Our pinned comment today, you're about to get an ad break, take advantage of all the ads playing. Let me know one way or the other. If you had to pick what scenario is going to go down, will DK Metcalf get that money? Will he get paid by the Seahawks, or will he get traded? If it's get paid, type P for paid. If it's get traded, type T for trade. Let me know in the comment section. The next one is the quarterback competition between Drew Lock and Geno Smith. They are the two contenders for this job right now, and it's not only just about these two as far as winning the quarterback position, but also how long is the leash at the quarterback position for either Lock or Geno Smith? How much will they be given to work with when it comes down to these two? If one of them starts to struggle, how long till you go to the other quarterback if that situation were to arise? Geno Smith was getting first-team reps in the offseason training programs. Drew Lock was getting second-team reps, but there is a belief among many that Drew Lock will eventually get the job before the season begins. So with that said, I know that there's a lot of concerns with both these quarterbacks, but how long will we see either one go? And then in Geno Smith's case, will he be even able to start week one for the Seahawks, or will the NFL come down with a suspension from his DUI arrest? A lot of questions remaining at that quarterback position heading into training camp. Today's show is presented by Aura, the all-in-one digital safety company, and we want to tell you about what Aura does. This group is outstanding, folks, when it comes to protecting your financial security, or when it comes to your phone, everything in between. They have you covered, and they're going to give you near real-time updates, whether you want to shop or bank or work online more safely and privately. They are going to keep you covered there as well. And the best part about all this with Aura is that they're going to protect not just you, but your loved ones too. You can have up to 5 people on one account with Aura. So go ahead and start your free trial now that we're offering for our viewers of Seahawks Today. You can go to aura.com/chatsports for that free 14-day trial now. Protect your phone, protect your credit card, and your loved ones, everything in between. 14-day free trial now at aura.com/chatsports. Next up on our countdown of the top training camp headlines is the roles of Coby Bryant and Tariq Woolen. And much has been made about these two as what we've seen so far when this team has had their offseason activities. All the talk has been about these two, in particular Coby Bryant. And as of right now, I think both of these guys are ahead of schedule. For being day 3 selections, I am amazed how much we've heard about both these guys. And even hearing from coaches, Sean Desai, one of the Seahawks assistant coaches, the associate head coach for the Seahawks, he described this group saying, in regards to Coby Bryant and Tariq Woolen, Coby has really good ball skills at the top of his routes, and he can really judge the ball well. Tariq, obviously, his length shows up in so many ways when he's pressed, when he's off, when he's playing the ball in a chase, in a trail position. I think those guys are so eager, and there's so much growth potential for them. You know, back at minicamp, Pete Carroll even said that Tariq Woolen was the flashiest player in all of camp. Big words there from Pete Carroll in regards to Tariq Woolen. And you can see, looking at the Seahawks depth chart, we know who the starting safeties are going to be. No question with Adams and Diggs, two of the best safeties in all the NFL. But Artie Burns and Sidney Jones, not a lock by any stretch that those two are going to be your starting outside corners. Based on what we've seen already with Bryant and with Woolen, in particular with Bryant, it wouldn't surprise me at all if we see one of those two end up starting week 1 in one of those outside corner spots. I don't think it's a stretch at all. And when you look at Trey Brown as well in that fold, I think the Seahawks are a little bit better at corner than what maybe they're given credit for, what people expected out of this group. Number 4 in our countdown is the emergence of Noah Fant. And it's been described by many as the best offseason addition for the Seahawks. And we'll break down his emergence in just one second. But quick question for you guys for our comment section today. Noah Fant, a breakout season. Is it good enough to get him to the Pro Bowl? Let me know in the comment section. Type Y for yes, type in for no if we see that type of year from Noah Fant. Can he have a breakout year that's Pro Bowl worthy in 2022? Let me know. Y for yes, in for no. We are covering this Seahawks team each and every day, all throughout training camp. We'll have all the latest Seahawks news and rumors for you each and every day. Make sure you are subscribed at youtube.com/Seahawks TV so you never miss a moment and be the first to find out what's going on with your team by turning on those notifications as well. That's youtube.com/Seahawks TV. Got some shout-outs to get to on the Twitter sphere as we asked you last week to share the show, and you were going to get a shout-out if you did so. So, Brian, Sam, Fat Guy, even an NFT guy out there. If you're a Seahawks fan, here's what I'll tell you. Not only do we appreciate these folks for sharing our show, but follow your fellow Seahawks fans too. Give all these Seahawks fans a follow on Twitter and get the conversation started talking about your team as we head into training camp. Now let's talk more about Noah Fant here. His value can't be overstated here, folks. Look, this Seahawks team has uncertainty at the wide receiver 3 position, as well as the quarterback spot. And Fant is going to be vitally important to the success of this offense. Pete Carroll has said that Noah Fant had the most spectacular camp back in OTAs of anybody following the offseason program. That's how good Noah Fant was. And although the numbers aren't something that jumps off the page with Noah Fant as one of the elite tight ends, I believe that he was held back a bit, that we did not see him at his full potential, that Denver did not get the most out of him. And he even said the same thing. He was on one of the radio stations in Denver not too long ago, 104.3 The Fan, and this is what Fant said. Quote, I viewed myself as a downfield threat, get open in space, then I can make things happen. It was a little frustrating being used in the short field. Obviously, that's part of the game, and those immediate routes are important, which I can do also. But definitely with my speed and things like that, I was drafted to get more down the field. hopefully that works in Seattle. And we have reason to think that it will work in Seattle. Offensive coordinator Shane Waldron has made it known that he will find every avenue possible to get the most out of Noah Fant. Noah Fant's excited to be a part of this Seahawks offense and play in this system, which he called a tight end friendly system. So look out for what Noah Fant's going to be able to do. Last one on our countdown today, the development of rookies Charles Cross and Abraham Lucas. Now, they're going to be your bookend starting tackles more than likely. And Seahawks offensive line coach Andy Dickerson, he said last month that he isn't concerned about Lucas and Cross, their lack of experience in a three-point stance, because both of them come from very similar situations. Air raid offenses where they did not run the football a whole lot, and it was very pass block heavy. So essentially, they're going to have to learn to become run blockers together at the same time. They're both going through this training program at the same pace. And so with that said, here's what Andy Dickerson had to say about their development in the adjustments going from these air raid schemes. Air raid, they still run and they still throw. There's more passes, but they both had the run game. When you're evaluating those guys, you see them move and see how their bodies move. So you try to project how that would show up in the NFL in different schemes. At the end of the day, you're still blocking a guy in either protection or the run game. So not much concern from Andy Dickerson. He's pretty excited about what he has in both his rookie tackles, which should be starting, I would think, week one, both Charles Cross and Abraham Lucas. Another question for you I want to know in the comment section. Who is the best Seahawks rookie? I'm very curious. With 9 rookies drafted, and then some pretty decent undrafted free agents as well, who's the best one? Let me know in the comment section who your favorite is of the Seahawks rookies in 2022. As always, give me a follow on Twitter at Tyler Jones Live. Love communicating with you guys there. And we'll be all over training camp on social media, also on this program as well. And we'll see you next time here on Seahawks Today. Thanks for joining us.